to my thing and then my
Welcome to Models Talk. Let's talk about it.
yes. This is your girl Zahara Gihana with Models Talk, y'all. We are back and live and living color in the studio with a fabulous young man, Marcus L. Boyd. Yes. Hey, Marcus. How you doing, baby?
I am blessed and highly favored, and I'm just honored to be on this legendary platform.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We are trying our best to get everything out there to hit it all the way around in a circle and back again. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Amen.
Yes, darling. Look, let's just jump right on into it. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Arc, Arc, what is it? Brand clothing. Is that correct?
Well, it's art, but I like to just say ARC.
Okay.
So
ARC brand clothing. Tell me about ARC.
So ARC is a clothing line that is based from me having autism, me being an autism activist, and
Mhm.
me wanting to have a real representation for the autistic communities
Right,
worldwide. My thing is with ARC is like urban slash casual wear.
right.
We do formal wear, ready to wear, business attire, sleepwear, as as with other things. But
Yeah.
in the same breath, I just wanted, um, people with autism to be able to have something stylish. They
Hmm.
can be able to, rep for themselves, not just puzzle pieces or blue hearts or affinity signs. We
Right.
talking about real designs, real styles, real fashion and stuff like that, and still respecting the clothes being sensory friendly, the clothes being with cotton or half cotton, half polyester,
Hmm.
some silk, some rayon, neon, and stuff of that nature. Making sure the colors are popping and stuff of that nature, and still spreading a positive message with affirmations, with sayings, with quotes, and everything else. Because it's not what you have; it's what you do with what you have.
Absolutely. Say that, baby. Say that again. It's not what you have.
It's what you do with what you have.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And baby, you doing the darn thing. I mean, you are worldwide known, worldwide
Little
recognized.
bit, little
You,
smidge,
hey,
little sprinkle of salt, little
you
sprinkle of
got to
salt.
start. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And I'm proud of you, young man. I'm proud of you.
That
You
really
know,
means a lot.
thank you for doing what you're doing because it's not many of you out there taking the lead on this position, and handling the business of it, and you
Mhm.
you are fascinating. Keynote speaker, autism activist, a trailblazer, of course. First African American with autism to achieve multiple milestones, inspired worldwide audiences with resilience, determination, and passion. Where does that come from?
From the jasmine rice that I love to shove down my mouth. Let me stop.
Oh, stop it!
Let me stop. But no, it comes from a lady that was 4'10", and she had a Jerry curl that was called my grandma Mary, and
Mm-hmm.
she had 24 kids,
All
and
right, Mary. That's
and
a
when I
strong
lost
sister
her,
there.
yeah, yeah, she had 24, and she raised my mom's
Ooh.
22. So, when I lost her when I was 24, the
Mm-hmm.
one thing she said when she kicked out everybody out her room and she only wanted me in there, she said, "Don't allow my disability to make room at anybody else's dinner table.
What?
Be
I love it.
be
I
the
love it.
leader. Be the leader that she and God know that I can be. She'll be
Mm-hmm.
watching." And I think after that, like I was in the street life, but I think after that, like I threw away my ID, social security card, my brown wallet. Like I instantly moved. Like I threw away my cell phone. Like it was just instant. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was not gonna get in the streets no more. I was
Mhm.
gonna do whatever I had to do to make sure that I was gonna honor her.
Wow, baby, that is fabulous. And I mean, if you're gonna have a reason to honor somebody, that's what I'm talking about. You know,
Yeah.
and it brought you out of the streets. What made you go to the streets?
I mean, you know, I'm was born in Atlanta, Georgia, raised between Brooklyn and Atlanta, Georgia. So you know,
Hmm.
when you come from poverty stricken situations, you know, the dope dealers and the pimps and the hustlers and gamblers, those become your Martin Luther Kings, those become your Malcolm X's, those become your
Right,
Booker T. Washingtons.
right.
You're not looking to learn from Black history because you're
Hmm.
trying to be a part of Black history. If you
Right.
get what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I am so proud of you for stepping outside that box and that light and seeing something in yourself because you had to pull from within. Your grandmother taught you and told you she had love for you, respect for you, told you that you could do anything you wanted to do and not allow your disability to handicap you.
I mean,
And
she
you took
did,
the reins, baby.
she did, but you know, Mary was short, but her switches was long. You know, her stitching cords was long. You know, her throwing Bibles and stuff. I used to thought she was ripping Bible scriptures out the Bible and just throwing them at you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
wow.
that type of stuff was longer than her height. So
Oh, wow. And it went a long way because obviously Mary did not play.
no, she nor did her Jerry curl. So
You better get off the Jerry curl. Get off the Jerry curl now.
listen, I can't. I love her. Love you, Mary.
Excuse me. One sec. One sec. I dropped something. Wow. Okay. Moving on. You are the first African American with autism to interview with the third largest newspaper in the country, which is USA Today. How was that experience for you?
Well, it happened November 2023. See, I don't want people to think like, oh, this man is just bubbling and stuff like that. But I've been an autism activist for 7 years. See, I am self-made. I am not with no organizations, foundations, or
Did it, baby.
anything of that nature. Those things are fine. I'm not coming against organizations or foundations or
Right.
nonprofits. But I is God in me. I
Mm-hmm.
now have a team, but before the team it was God in this fat Noah because
Wait
God
a
took me
minute.
to the ark.
Look, stop.
He
Don't
took
do.
me to the ark. Amen. So,
I can't take it. I cannot take it. You are just awesome. I see the sense of humor is there, and you cracking me up, honey. I don't know how we gonna get through all this.
no, but see, I mean, with USA Today, that happened November 2023.
Mhm.
It was an opportunity given to my team member. She forwarded it to me, and it was
Mhm.
a no brainer because they have never done an exclusive interview. Which USA Today, if you look on their digital platform, they're going to give you one or two scroll downs. When you scroll down and read the story, you're gonna get like one or two scrolls, and then they're gonna be on another story.
Right,
You
right.
understand what I'm saying? So with my story, I got about 5 or 6 scrolls.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
they have
Because
never
you got
done,
something to say.
yeah, because they ain't never done an article about an autism activist,
Right,
and they
right.
since '84, since their creation in
That's
'84,
that's amazing. Wow, since '84.
they have never done,
Right.
especially in the African American community. You're not seeing an autism activist. The biggest autism advocate is Carrie Margot and Dr. Temple Grandin. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with them. They're in the Caucasian community. I respect them. I love their work and stuff of that nature. And pray one day we can all work together. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, in the African American community, there's nobody really to look up to.
Well,
There's
there's
nobody to
nobody
go
fighting
to.
about it.
You understand what I'm
The
saying?
first thing, we don't accept the fact that our children can be sick
Huh. No,
or
not when God can fix
have
it.
a disability.
Not when God can fix it. You understand how much holy oil I had over my head? How many tent
I can
revivals?
imagine.
How many tent revival? How many times I got baptized?
Mhm.
Look, girl, I got baptized in cold, hot, and warm water. It's
It was real for you, wasn't it, baby?
real. It's real. And
I
I
can
come from
only
I'm from
imagine.
old Atlanta. I'm not from gentrification Atlanta. I'm
Hmm.
from old Atlanta, which means somebody in Buckhead or College Park was whooping your butt in church, and that's where I come from.
I understand. I get it. See, I've been here over 30 years, but I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, and so
Okay,
that's the show
thanks.
me state. So I'm a Georgia peach that can show you. Yeah, I can show you better. I can tell you. And I understand where you're coming from. And you're right. We just don't talk about it, and we don't talk about Black psychology. We don't talk about going to a psychologist. We don't talk about going to a behaviorist. We don't talk about these things because they're taboo, and that although it's getting better. When I was working on my psychology degrees, I had a professor tell me there's no such thing as Black psychology.
Listen,
What?
I mean, I get where the professor is coming from because again, you don't understand how many hospitals my short grandma got kicked out of. You don't understand how many security guards. It's bad when you get kicked out of Grady Hospital and it's all black. At Grady Hospital's all black. That means them African Americans was touching my grandma, throwing her outside with her holy oil because she
Mhm.
was spraying it everywhere. You know,
Mm, 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 mm. No, we can't be doing that. But the fact of the matter is, it's good to finally hear somebody, especially a brother, bringing it to the table like you are and saying, look, listen, hear me, feel me. I got something to say, and you all need to recognize these symptomologies in these babies, and stop beating the hell out of them because it's not that they're bad behavior. It could be that they're autistic on a
Listen.
spectrum.
I hate to get deep on you. I really
Come on.
do. But we have to escape the root mentality. Again, I said root instead of roots. We have to escape the root mentality that we have to discipline our children with whippings and those type of structural things. There's nothing wrong with a whooping because it does say in the Bible, spare the rod and spoil the
Right, spoil the
child. But
child.
but at the end of the day, the Bible doesn't say take that horse whip or your belt, tie them up, like tell them bend down their clothes and stuff of that nature. It's a way you do things. Everything comes with grace and finesse. You understand what I'm saying? It don't come with anger and abuse. You can't whoop a child when you're angry because you're gonna end up going overboard. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? I come from extension cords, horse belts, the famous one with my grandma, the back of her hand. Um, I come from, her talking to me like she preaching when she whipping me. I'm falling
Mm-hmm.
asleep with in the whooping. I'm falling asleep. She waking me up while she whooping me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I didn't spare the rod and spoil the child. I paddled. I paddled only the butt. You hold your
Only
child.
the butt.
Yes, I only got the butt. I didn't do because I was the one that was with extension cords and belts and switches and that left welt marks all over me. No, I only got the booty. Only got the booty because the paddle only fit just on the booty. That's it. And so I paddled with that, and my kids came out okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, with unfortunately with my situation, Big Tommy, that's my birth father, Tina,
Mm-hmm.
that's my birth mother. See, when I was 4 and I was using the bathroom on myself, I was still in diapers. I was still slobbing on myself, rocking, yelling. I was nonverbal
Right.
as an autistic child.
Right. Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
speak until I was almost 13, almost 14 years old at a 2 year
Wow.
old's level. I didn't start speaking like I do now until I was almost 18. This is
Wow.
years of therapy, speech therapy, peer speech therapist, therapist. You understand? My sister's helping me. Hooked on phonics, Muzzy. I'm old. I'm screaming Muzzy. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? so my when my birth father was pistol whipping me because he put the gun in my mouth and he kept jamming when he was trying to shoot me when I was 4 when he told Tina that I can't be his son because I'm too retarded and too mental to be his son.
Stop it.
I wish I could stop it, but I can't.
Well,
See,
there
that's
you
why the movie's on the way.
go. I was gonna say, baby, you got a lifetime movie right there.
I don't know about the lifetime, but it's on the.
Go on Netflix.
I mean, Netflix.
For
Listen,
real.
I'm fat. They're gonna have to pay like I weigh. They're gonna have to
Okay.
pay like I weigh, and I weigh a lot because I'm fat. So
Hey, That's all right, baby. Look, people need something to hold on to.
Listen, I tell my queen that all the time.
You need a
She
little
is
something to hold on to.
she
Ain't
is
nothing wrong with
blessed. She get to hold on this fatness.
just hold on to it, baby. I ain't mad at you for it, brother. Let's see what else I got over here. You are breaking barriers for autism representation. Talk to me about breaking the barriers, baby.
Well, with anything, you should know as everybody, especially in the city of Atlanta, everybody is brand orientated in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you're not shaking somebody's hand, say, "Hey," you shaking their hand and say, "Hey, how you doing? What's your company?" Literally,
Mm-hmm.
that's your conversation. Hey, nice to meet you. What's your company?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, with autism, it is four times as hard. Nobody cares that I'm African American, I'm plus size, and I got autism. There's a million and one kids, different cultures and races and sizes that has autism. Why should they care about my story?
Right,
Because
right.
it's a bunch of them.
Hmm.
What makes me different is you don't have to care about my story. I'm gonna make you care.
Right,
I'm gonna make you care.
right.
You don't, you don't gotta agree with me, like me. You can say whatever you want to say about me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna shove my story down your throat. You only got one or two options: swallow it or throw it up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so that's the difference about me. The world gonna know that. That's why I was the boy with no voice. Now I'm a man with a voice.
All right now.
So they're gonna hear almost 14 years of me not being verbal. They're gonna hear it, and
Hmm.
I'm
And
on
you
year
got something
7.
to say.
I still got 7 more years to go.
You got something to say.
I still got 7 more years to go.
No,
I'm on 7.
you got a whole lifetime ahead of you to tell this story and make sure that people know about you and the situation and understand where you coming from.
But you
Uh,
know, it's bigger. It's bigger than Marcus. It's bigger than Marcus
oh yeah,
Leonardo.
absolutely.
The thing is to try to tell my story so one day million of other people who's autistic, million of other people who have autism can tell their stories, can get their voices heard, can get their light shined.
Hmm.
Somebody got to break the door, and I go through the hardships and I go through the mud and rain to have the door broken so somebody else can easily walk through.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Give other people the opportunity to have a voice. And that's why Models Talk was created in order for people to be able to come out of the dark into the light and stop talking behind everybody's back about situations that can be controlled. You
I
know,
didn't know about Model Talk until a good homeboy family member of mine. I'm telling you, he been tearing up the streets of Atlanta for years. My big homie, Deja Vu. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
What I'm
That's my
saying?
boy.
That family. Shout out Deja. You know what I'm
Deja
saying?
Vu be on here next week, baby. He's on next week. Sure is. You know,
That
and
big bro.
I love me some Deja Vu, baby. I'm gonna put my hat on, my little headpiece on for him. You know, and I'm glad that Deja Vu is in your camp, and I know he supports you 100 and more percent.
Definitely,
Brian
definitely.
K. Marshall, shout out to Brian K. Marshall.
Definitely shout out to Big Bro Brian K. Marshall. Definitely shout out to ATL Hottest because they gave me my start. You
Yeah,
know,
really.
with Brian, he was the first one to say, "Okay, Marcus, we're gonna take your idea and run with it." That's
Hmm.
the reason why I have my own award show. It's called ATL Hottest Special Awards, where
Hmm.
we give awards to mental health workers and anybody dealing with any type of special needs. We
Oh,
did that in 2019 when Golden Corral catered it and stuff like that, and Brian took it out of his own pocket to make those awards happen. We've been wanting to do the
wow.
second annual one, but I've been traveling and moving like a U-Haul company, so it's not his fault.
Not you, whole baby. Too
Girl, look,
big in the truck.
them bags got thrown in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Too big in the truck. Is that what you do? Stop
I'm
it,
just, I'm
Marcus.
just, I'm saying that's why we ain't did the second annual one because he's been waiting on me. So I'm kind of stopped moving now. So the you are talking about to retire that. So we can really focus again on the second annual.
Well, I would look forward to participating. I would love to come and do interviews there and talk about
I
it.
say no more. Listen. I told you before I get off this platform with you. We're gonna really talk about the Marcus Boyd story and artistic state of mind. 2 hour feature film that's on the way. Um, we're gonna talk about who's directing it, all that good stuff, and the first screen is gonna be in Atlanta. So I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely.
it gotta
That's what
come out.
I
Gotta come
can't
out.
wait. I'm gonna be in tears. I know
You,
it.
I'll be crying. I'll be crying like it didn't happen to me. Like, like I wasn't there. Like,
Well, tell me about some more about ARC and brand. You said it's urban as well as you have all the suits and women's clothing, and you do kids as well, right?
I do baby. So ARCB, that stands for Autistic Royalty Clothing Babies. ARCTO stands for Autistic Royalty Clothing Toddlers. And we got RC. You see what I'm saying? I'm playing on
Mhm,
letters. I'm
mhm,
playing on letters. That's exactly what Gap used to do. That's exactly what Old Navy used to do. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm,
So
mhm,
instead of just having the word long itself across the shirt or up and down or horizontal or vertically, I'm playing on letters.
mhm.
So we can do letters all day. We can do QST. We can do, we can do letters. We can do letters all day long. Then you can mix numbers with the letters. It's almost like I'm playing with alphabet soup. But ARC is urban, is high end streetwear, it's casual, it's formal wear, it's ready to wear. It's business attire. So we really are coming with something different and stylish for the autism communities and for the special needs communities. Whether it's Down syndrome, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's ID, whatever it is. My focus is that regular people who does not have these situations can also wear the brand as well.
Right.
But but I'm sorry, I'm not really catering towards people who's not in my community or the special needs community.
Mhm.
I'm catering to them first
Right.
because for many years other people has catered to them instead of us.
Us. Right.
Now it's our turn.
I
Now
understand.
it's our turn to the playground.
Well, it's about damn time.
You see, I didn't know I can cuss.
You can say whatever you want to say on Models Talk, sweetheart. You say whatever you want to say. This is good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, sweetheart.
Amen.
You can say whatever you want to say, how you want to say it. If that's the way you need to get it out, get it out.
No.
Talk about it on Models Talk. And there
Yes,
are no
ma'am.
questions. Nobody's judging you. You know? I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
you're a real man. I mean, you the real deal Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? So
Listen,
it
listen,
is what
listen.
it is. You
Speaking
know,
of
I,
Holyfield,
I come out. But
speaking of,
I can see ARC, it your own store and the brand is just everywhere because you
we
know
working on that. Thank you for confirmation. We working.
I
We
know
working on
I already know and I'm gonna put it out there and I'm gonna claim it for you but by the grace of God and everything great
Jesus.
and hallelujah you know
Jesus, be a vine. Be a vine, Jesus. Be a vine.
amen
Amen. Be a vine.
amen. Do you ever work with Sharon Gill Hackney and she has this
Oh, this
disabled and autistic and the other
her
one.
her PR has a daughter that has special needs.
Yes.
So what I can never not include Miss Sharon because when I was getting my start in Atlanta, because I was a DJ at first. So
Mm-hmm.
I was DJ Marcus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fashion shows, DJ and everything. So those models that walked in her runways, they was walking to my music.
Right.
They
Cool.
was walking to my music. So I can't those some of her old videos are my beats behind those videos. So
Mm-hmm.
again, I can't say nothing but give gratitude to her whole team and her staff because they helped me propel me to a different situation, which led me to work with other fashion designers because of her.
Can you name off some of those fashion designers you've worked with?
Oh yeah.
Give
Like,
me a little something, something. Let me hear it, brother.
let's see here. Who has not walked to my music in Atlanta? Let's see here. I know Fat Williams models walked to my music. I did a whole fashion show with Vanessa Henderson, Paris in springtime. All of them fashion designers, it was like 20 designers. They walked to every last bit of my music. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Sharon. Um, so of course Sharon and there's a few others I just can't remember their names, but you know they gave me the opportunity to.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, Tina Bridges. I mean, the whole TLA. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yes.
they
TLA sisters. Yes.
definitely they gave me the opportunity. You know what I mean? They didn't care about me having autism. They cared about the art that was in me.
They look beyond. And I mean, if you did not say or let anybody know that you were autistic, nobody would ever know.
Well, that's the beauty of it,
Mhm,
and the thing is too, we have because autism is neurological,
mhm.
it affects the brain, it affects learning skills and communication, and it affects sensory and different things of that nature. It's not physical, so even though it's different levels to autism,
Right.
and maybe level 3 or a more severe level, you can see it a little bit better
Hmm.
rather than a person who's high functioning
Exactly.
or that on that situation. But I was severe as a child. I didn't
Hmm.
become high functioning until I was in my mid 20s.
Mm.
I'm 41.
Explain the difference between high functioning and severe.
Well, like level 3, that would be somebody that can't speak at all.
Hmm.
That would be somebody that really can't do anything for themselves as far as clothing, bathing, feeding themselves, different things of that nature. So a caregiver is more hands on.
Right.
Their learning skills and their communication skills is really on not as a norm as a regular child would be or whatever. So they need more hands on care. A high functioning individual can do some things on their own, but they
Right.
don't mean that they don't need care. They don't mean they don't need help. They don't mean they don't need assistance.
Hmm.
But they can do some things on their own. And their communication, each individual situation is different. Each person is different. When you meet one autistic person, you met one autistic person. You
Right.
didn't meet like 10 of them. So everybody's situation is different. At 41, my queen helps me with a lot of stuff,
Right.
whether it's clothing, whether it's to calm me down with my temper or my mood, whether it's if I'm having an emotional behavior, she just hugging me like I'm a squeeze, like I'm a stuffed animal. I mean, whatever it is,
Hmm.
she helps out with those areas, even at 41, because autism is not it's not a Magic Johnson HIV pill. You're not gonna get healed after 10 years.
You need to stop. Oh my goodness.
Because if that's the case, a bunch of people would have been took the pill.
Hmm.
So with autism, it's a day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute type of situation. Moods can change frequently at any given time. So, I just tell parents you just have to be patient, had a spirit of resilience, had a spirit of kindness, and
Right.
not just look at your child as an experiment, as a failure, or look at yourself as a failure because your child was diagnosed. I'm pretty sure back in the early 90s when these parents was kids and they was diagnosed with ADHD, bipolar, anger disorder. Yep, anger is a disorder.
Order.
Anger disorder because they used to give out pills for
Opposite state of mind.
it. So I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
when they was getting their disorders, it just didn't say autism on the top of it.
Mm-mm. No, it didn't. And it's so many things that our community go through, with our children, with our young adults, and they go undiagnosed for so long because so many people, don't want to recognize and accept the fact that there is actually something psychologically or physiologically wrong.
Because
And
we
that,
go to the church, ma'am. We go to the church. Let me tell you
yes,
something. If
well,
our nose is running, God can fix it. If we overweight, God can fix it. If we
mhm,
got $5 in our bank account, God can fix it. Let me tell you something. It's 8 million people in Georgia. You know how tired God got to be to fix everybody's problem at the same time.
amen. Say that.
You know what I mean? You know how tired. So like, it's like
He's like,
like
Georgia, shut up. you know. But I mean, the thing is, like I said, my professor, point blank, he said there's no such thing as black psychology. I about lost my mind, you know. And then she told me that I would never be a good psychologist. I'm like, oh no, you got the wrong. This is at Kennesaw State, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
they sound a little sus. They sound a little racist. I'm sorry. You know
oh,
what I'm saying? They sound a little
you
racist.
are,
You know
you are.
what I'm saying? Like we used to pass Kennesaw River. We used to pass Kennesaw River. We ain't stay up in there. We ain't stay.
Yeah, I
Once you
had
hit that bridge.
I had because I was it was only 10 of us black people at Kennesaw State at the time when I graduated. Was I was in
Wow.
and there were skinheads and there were the people from Dalton, and I'm not trying to call out Dalton, but they were from Dalton. They came to Kennesaw State, and they were not having us up there, and I'm glad they have a black student union now. They have
Look, obviously you didn't get the brochure. You didn't get the
yeah,
brochure.
yeah.
Places in Georgia black people got to stay away
I
from.
wasn't from
Dalton,
Georgia. I did not know. So,
Henry County,
I'm
Cobb,
from Georgia. So
Clayton.
but I went and I did my 2.5 years up there. So, and got my degree, and I left some things up there, and I brought it on back home. I mean, there
Amen.
were times when I had to be escorted to my car,
Mm.
during my night classes when I was there, and because it got really scary and a little hairy,
Yeah.
but they didn't want to do that. They really didn't want to do that because there's a whole nother side of me that don't play with people.
Mm. You would have.
you
You
know.
would have shown that mommy ei. Uh-oh. What's popping the nine? You would have showed them.
I can show
You
you
would have
that.
showed their country grammar. It would have came out real.
Yeah, yeah, she would have been out, and there's no reining her back in, but I have to put her way back here somewhere,
Right.
sometimes.
You got
But
to talk to yourself sometimes. There's nothing
oh
wrong with
yeah,
talking to
oh
yourself.
yeah, yeah, we were walking. I was talking to the security guards and walking and talking to them so that I wouldn't get myself in trouble, and trouble didn't follow me. But there was a couple of times I was followed out the building and threatened. Sure
Mm.
were, you know.
Yeah.
Had to come home and tell the husband, and he was like, "Baby, you don't need to go back. Go to Georgia State, finish up there." So I had to split.
Mm-hmm.
I did my night classes at Georgia State and my day classes in Kennesaw, and at that time I was having seizure activity. So
Jesus.
I had a seizure going to school one time. I had to pull over
Mm.
out of traffic and had to have him in the ambulance come get me. And it was
Right.
because I was stressed.
Right.
It provoked me to have a seizure. But it was all good in the neighborhood. I graduated, and I
Well,
graduated. Well,
congratulations for you graduating. Congratulations for you proving these professors wrong.
oh yeah.
Because just because you're a professor, that don't make you intelligent. But I
Yeah.
mean, hey,
No, it doesn't make you what you say doesn't mean that that's who I am. I did not go on to pursue my career in psychology, but I use it all the time. Um, but the fact of the matter is, as a mature model, which is my dream, I'm walking in my dream. I am a person that has mental health issues. I also have systemic lupus erythematosus. You know,
okay.
warrior. I am a bipolar 1 and 2 diagnosed individual patient, mental patient. I have been in remission for lupus for the last 3 years, and I have
Wow.
been dealing with mental health issues since I was in my early 20s. And it took them with the lupus, it took them 3 years to diagnose me. I've died 3 times. But
Jesus.
God, I'm still here and I'm walking in my dream now. During the time
Amen.
I know my
Amen.
they didn't want us back then, they didn't want us at all, and there was only tokens at that time, when I was trying to get into the business. And yeah, I did some things. I was a Bob Mackie girl during the matinee show. I was
Oh,
with
wow.
Gloria Vanderbilt,
Okay.
for
Okay.
Vanderbilt jeans, during the matinee shows. I was the one token, at that time in St. Louis, at the Fox Theater doing my thing. But when it comes down to it, dealing with mental health in itself is a disability, and
Uh-huh.
people don't understand that you can go from quick to crazy in 0.0000 seconds. You know, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't want to know that person. You know, and
That's what they was trying to tell my grandma. Well, Georgia Regional Hospital was like, well, if you just keep him here, we can run some tests. They didn't want to put the E word in front of it. They
mm-hmm,
didn't want to say experimental.
mm-hmm,
So we can run some tests. We can pay you a stipend for you and your family. We
mm,
can pay you a stipend for you and your
mm,
family, but we want to put him immediately on 550 milligrams of Ritalin. We want to try him on
oh,
Paxil, and we
oh.
want to and we want to try him on a slow moderate mood stabilizer called Depakote.
I know what Debico is. I know all that.
like, like, they try to use all these big fancy words just to say, listen, we're gonna make him more crazy than what he already is.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to keep him here so we can lock
I've
him up in the room.
been on my I take 47 pills in the morning. I take 10 at night in order
Jesus Christ.
in order to be able to be stable and do what I do. But it took them almost 35 years to figure out the right combination.
Wow. I mean,
So
again, you're a walking miracle.
the psychological drugs. I know the eight from alprazolam to Zoloft. You know,
Yep.
I know them all. So I
Yep.
understand where you're coming from, you know, and there was no experimenting or anything like it was just hit and miss, you know, and how much of this and how much of that. And it's very hard to regulate when you are swaying back and forth, you know, and then at earlier on they only had bipolar one. They didn't have bipolar two or mixed episodes of bipolarism, and they just really diagnosed me 2 years ago with mixed episode bipolarism because I do go
Okay.
extreme to the other, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I'm medicated. I'm doing well. I'm able to
And
sit
I'm
with
proud of you. And
conversation.
I'm proud. And I'm proud of you.
Oh,
At
thank you.
least you are a woman and queen enough
No,
to
it's not
understand.
about me. I'm just telling you these things because I understand
Yes,
where
ma'am.
you're coming from.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
you know, and not many people can say that they actually get it, you know. I can only imagine the trials and tribulations that you've gone through as an autistic patient, you
I
know.
think when you again I'm old Atlanta, so Kirkwood, Techwood, Capitol Homes, all that good stuff before they rebuild and kick the majority of black people out of those places. Pittsburgh, Adamsville, those type places. You understand what I'm saying? So when I was coming up, to go through being nonverbal, to go through bullying, to go through being
Oh,
teased and picked on, that type of stuff is normal. Where it became unnormal for me yet is when I was 10 and my best friend got killed in front of my face, when his head exploded in my face, when I was 12, and I started getting raped in a mental institution.
oh no.
No, I got raped in a mental institution at 10. When I was 12, I got raped by my uncles. Now, these are my blood uncles. You understand what I'm saying? We share the same DNA. You understand what I'm saying? So one of them was a sheriff of DeKalb County. Okay?
Stop it.
So who I'm calling? I can't even verbalize. I can't even speak. So if I did try to pick up the phone, I didn't even know the number was 911. You understand what I'm saying? If I did pick up the phone and call 911, who gonna come? His employees? Who they gonna believe? Him? Where they gonna send me at?
I
Somewhere.
applaud you being able to say that out loud and speak your truth. I applaud you for that. Yes, yes, baby, yes. Tell it
I mean,
because
that's what kids and teenagers and adults who may have autism. Some of them may be been molested. Some of
mhm.
them may been touched by family members, but because they nonverbal, because they can't do nothing for themselves, they're not strong enough. They don't even have the energy mentally or spiritually, so they have to take physically the abuse that's given.
Mm.
I
I
was in
never
those
thought
shoes.
that way. Never thought about it that way.
I was in those shoes, and my uncles used to blame me. You the reason we can't have wives. You the reason for our divorce. You the reason why we can't have girlfriends. So when my uncle John whispered in my ear when he was punching me in my face repeatedly and blood was coming out everywhere, when he whispered that you will become our wife, when he put broom handles up in me, mop handles up in me, and he did this
Stop
every
it.
Friday for almost 4 years, when I had to fellatio them and swallow. And these are my blood uncles.
Marcus.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's deep. That's why the movie, I keep saying, let's go back to the movie. The movie is on the way.
That's freaking amazing. That I am, baby. I got tears in my eyes for you. Good
No, baby. No,
Lord.
no, no, Queen. Don't cry yet. Don't cry. Why don't, girl, I ain't trying to mess up your makeup. White them eyes. White them eyes. I ain't trying to mess up your
Oh
makeup.
my God, baby.
You look, that makeup smears. Don't you do it. Don't you do
Now
it.
a waterproof
You
mascara.
got waterproof. It's waterproof.
Because I'm a tearer. I will tear up. And I'm so sorry that
Yeah,
happened.
my wife is like that. All you gotta do is blow on her face. She crying. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I'm so sorry that happened to you, baby. I am
I
so
mean, I was telling my queen this. For years I thought like, okay, if I tell somebody, they're instantly gonna think I'm gay or in that life. And again, there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle. I'm not judging, talking about nobody in that sense. I'm only talking about Marcus. Let's
mhm,
put that disclaimer out there because I don't want no hate mail come your way or my way. So, um, I it didn't make me go to the other side. What happened and still currently happen is I dislike, and with the H word, men.
mhm,
I
mhm,
don't like to be around men longer than 5 minutes.
mhm.
With
I
my wife's
understand that.
brother,
Your pain came from men.
I wanted to literally physically hurt men. Like I used to pistol whip men walking down the street trying to catch the MARTA bus. Used to walk up to them behind them and pistol whip them because I wanted men to feel the exact pain. I thought it would be the exact pain,
Mhm.
but I wanted them to feel the pain like I felt from these men. Because they used to come pick me up
Wow.
from school. Now my Uncle Doug used to take me to Baskin Robbins, pick out my little flavors, and then get in the house that's a 2-story home. Used to push me on my face on the steps. And then my Uncle John used to yank the phone out the thing, saying that he can't call nobody anyway. He's too retarded to know how to dial.
Stop it.
Listen, again, the movie is on the way. The Marcus Boyd story, an autistic state of mind. I didn't come on your platform to
Play.
you know
Mhm.
plug the movie, but but
Since
since
we're
we
talking about it, let's talk about it.
since we talking about it, like the movie's on the way. I
I,
want to definitely give a big shout out to Beast Mode Entertainment, which is Nas, Panky, and Andrew McAllister. They're in Georgia, so I want to definitely give a shout out to them, and I want to give a shout out to my backbone, my support system, Jennifer Rose Holly, because she's the one who came up with the movie title name. When
yeah.
when the contracts got signed, she's the one that was on that video talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So my queen backs me up so much. She made a business scrapbook of all my achievements. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. It's a
I
big old
believe
book. It's a big old book. You do it like this. And I'm very honored and grateful for her for that.
you have a beautiful queen, and
I
I know
do. I do. I
it
do. She's short. She looked like the black version of Velma from Scooby Doo, but I love her. I love her.
baby, you love who you love, and that's all right. Look at you, all handsome self. Oh yes, that's nice. Did she put you together for this?
Yes.
Yeah, the woman
Yes.
got your taste.
Yeah,
The
she got an
woman got
eye. Jennifer got an eye for fashion and creativity and stuff of that nature. So I'm very honored. And then I don't want to get people confused. Just even with the story of my uncles, I don't take pleasure and pride of what happened to my uncles.
right,
But in the movie, you have to find out what happened. But I don't take pleasure and pride of what happened to my uncles. And I'm not sharing this story now. I've been an autism activist 7 years. I'm just now sharing this story in
right.
the year 2024.
Thank you for taking the time to share with us and feeling comfortable enough to be able to share your story because it needs to be heard, baby. It needs to be heard.
Well, most men, I'm from the projects. We ain't gonna talk about, oh, some man made me do, you know what I'm saying? We taking that
Now,
to the dirt. That's going to the dirt. When you dig us up, when you dig that, we going that's going.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care no more. I've been cyber bullied, regular bullied, beat up, threatened. I've been a whole bunch of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if people want to say, "Oh, well, he had to go through that. He must be this way," whatever. Listen, I'm living my best life. I'm happy with my wife, and magazine covers is still on the way.
All right now, look at you. Look at you. Yes, baby.
That
Yes.
magazine cover that was in Italy. That was in the
Yeah,
country
I
of
know. I
Italy,
saw that.
not in
How was
Italy, Nebraska. That
it?
ain't Italy, Nebraska. That ain't Italy, Nevada.
Okay. How was
That's
it? Did
that's
you enjoy yourself?
huh?
Did you enjoy yourself doing that cover?
Well, I did, but actually, you know what I'm saying? I am the first African American with autism to ever be on a major magazine cover in Italy. It's never happened.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that came
I knew
out
you.
this month.
I was
That
looking.
came out this
That's on
month.
my cue card. That's on my cue cards. All
That
right.
can't
I,
yep.
I have you down here, first African American with autism to be awarded and have awards for service, your fight for changing the narrative of autism. Thank you. Baby, you have taken the bull by the horns and tossed it aside like you Superman. You better you better go
You know,
on
I
somewhere.
believe and this is another disclaimer. This is not saying every child with autism has this or every parent should believe in this same stuff I'm about to say. I, Marcus Leonardo Boyd, believe I have a superpower because I have autism. Some
Mhm.
parents may agree, some parents may not.
Right.
But I believe that every child or teenager with autism and adult with autism have superpowers.
Mhm.
We are given a unique gift from God that we get to show our creativity, our talent, our uniqueness at our own time. At our
Mhm.
own time frame. We don't got to be like another 4 year old. We don't got to be like another 10 year old. See, let me stop talking because it sounds like I'm preaching. See, this is what I'm.
But you preach, baby, preach. You on Models Talk. Do what you do. Come on with it. I'm
we,
listening.
we can be different in our own uniqueness, in our own grace. Having autism is not the end all. See, it's
Mhm.
okay when you first get the diagnosis. It's okay to cry. It's okay for little boogers to snot to come out your nose. It's okay. It's okay to be mad. You may be mad at family or you. It's okay to even be mad at God. But guess what? You can't stay at that place. No,
Mm.
ma'am, no, sir. You cannot stay in that place of anger or frustration because that's a little king, that's a little princess, a little prince who needs you, who needs your love, patience, and guidance. Don't be a big Tommy. Don't be a Tina. Don't
Mhm.
be a woman who goes to family court and said, "We can't deal with Marcus because he's too retarded for us. He was a mistake to be born."
Mm.
Tommy don't beat the rest of the kids. He just beats Marcus. So if you
Mm.
take Marcus out the home, he can be my loving husband again. Not telling the judge that he just hit me with an aluminum bat the night before I went to court. Not telling the
Mm.
judge. He just tied me up, but I'm
You
supposed to be
better
his wife.
movie. It's in the movie.
The movie's on the way. The Marcus Boyd story, an artistic state of mind. I didn't. It's on the way.
Marcus,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
first African American with autism to win the Lifetime Achievement Award from President Biden.
Yes, ma'am.
How'd that feel?
Like a joke. I thought Ashton Kutcher was gonna pop out somewhere like, "Oh, you almost had
No.
it," but it was a life changing event. And as I tell my queen all the time, if I don't do nothing else, which I am, but if I don't do nothing else, these 8 awards, those 7 magazine covers speaks volumes. My legacy is already stamped. In the autism world, in the autism
Baby,
or autistic community, my legacy is already stamped.
baby, say it.
But I'm not saying I'm gonna stop because I got way more stuff to
You got
do.
a lot more to do, bro. You
You
got a
know what I'm
lot
saying?
to
But
do. You
it was
have
just
you have the humanitarian award for being an autism activist. Where
yes,
did
ma'am.
that come from?
What is it? Dr. Cole in New York.
Mm-hmm.
With the National Autism Foundation.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where it came from. And
Are
they
you
gave me
are you a
that was in
spokesperson?
2022.
Are you a spokesperson for them?
No, I'm a spokesperson for this fat guy because I believe in putting autistic families first. Most organizations they want to put their organization first and then spread a little bit to the autistic families. No,
Mhm.
I'm fighting for the autistic families. I'm fighting for better transportation, better money to be given to them for support. They shouldn't have to sacrifice bill money or money to take care of their child who's autistic. I'm fighting for better food and better therapy and better laws and better benefits that will help these families
Yes,
along the way. Now it has not always been
take a
easy.
step.
Some states have heard me. Some states have even implemented some thoughts and ideas that I have. But I'm not gonna stop until we get to all 50 states. I'm 41 years old. I'm gonna be doing this till I'm 80 or 90. When God take me home, they're gonna name a street after me.
Hmm.
Period.
If they don't do it before, baby, that's gonna happen before you go home. So I just want you to know that I'm playing for you right now. Oh,
Amen. Amen.
Arkansas board lane.
Roll to drive. I mean, I like lane, but running and roll to drive.
Yes, sir. It's already going to be done. So you might as well get ready for that one. Also,
Amen.
here, you are all about diversity, equity, inclusion, and disability rights, as you have just said. What would you like to see change? What kind of rights are we looking at?
We looking at able, first of all, if your child is 16 to 18 or 19 years old, let's give them some real job skills, not just flipping burgers, doing cashiering, not just folding shirts at Macy's or Dillard's. No, let's put them in engineering rooms. Let's put them in astronaut operating rooms. Let's put them in corporate business meeting rooms. Let's put them in HR rooms. Let's put them in doctor offices and head nurse offices. Let's learn and teach them how to become travel nurses. Let's put skills that can make them real money. Don't just put them in jobs that can make them still live in their mama's basement. We are tired of being grown adults and only getting a room or a basement because we can't live by ourselves. Who says if the autism is not severe, who said that we can't live by ourselves? Who
Right.
says that we can't try to have independence and be on our own and still be great? The issue is autism does not block greatness.
Amen.
See, I gotta stop. I gotta stop talking. Sound like I'm preaching. I'm telling you. I'm telling
Baby,
you.
come on with it.
Y'all
Look,
gonna make me turn to the Bible up to the book of autism,
I'll take
chapter
it.
4.
Give you all of this. Yes, 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 baby. I love it. I hear you. Now, you are an expert at autism advocacy and awareness. You are an expert.
I wouldn't say expert. I would say that I'm still learning my
Mhm,
craft,
mhm.
learning this life, learning this journey because I have autism, and there's always new things that happen every single day. There's always new skills and situations and policies that happen every hour. So I'm never going to be a true expert. I may be an expert at what I have gone through. But
Right.
no, this voice is not just for Marcus. This voice is for millions. So now I got to learn and study what millions of people have went through. So I can be a more effective voice for those who don't have one.
Baby, I love you. I love you. I need final thoughts from you. Give me your final thoughts on what we need to do and help you to move forward in your activism.
Well, you know, platforms like yours, the Model Talk, have more people with autism on here or any type of special needs. Um, More fashion shows, more concerts, more awareness, more inclusion give us real opportunities. If we have learning disabilities, if we have communication issues, learn how to communicate to where we can understand you and you can understand us. Because communication is more than just verbal. Communication is so many different ways. So we have to be the engine that drives the car to be able to catch up with change. Change is happening whether we want to catch up or not. But people in the autistic community, we have to see what's new, what worked, and what didn't work, so we can learn from what didn't work and we can learn from what will work. See, what I want to say to y'all is this: y'all are powerful, God driven, God given people. We are given talents and gifts Don't let a diagnosis stop your family legacy. Yes, your child has autism. You might have bipolar, but that didn't stop you. You might have anger issues, but that didn't stop you. You still being able to be great. So allow your child to eat off the same plate. See, this is why I don't talk, because it sounds like I'm preaching.
Baby, you can preach to me every day, all day, and I will take it. I hear you, I feel you, I am empathetic, I'm sympathetic, and I give it to you for what you have done in the community. Thank you, Marcus, and I want you to continue to be great. I will be following you and watching you, and I gotta get some gear. So I'm gonna be on the website.
Definitely ARC's on the way. Definitely, we got you. We definitely got you. ARC's coming.
Because I would wear it on Models Talk and represent, I mean,
Say no more.
no problem doing that, and what's the website where we can find the gear?
Well, we're working on the website. It's going to be arc.com. So we're trying to make sure that we get all the finishing touches on the website. But I'll be posting it everywhere anyway. And there'll be more updates and, posts and stuff so people can really get ready for the new year with the new things that we're doing with ARC. And again, our motto is wear your crown. And again, our statement for ARC. Hold on. Hey, beautiful, what's the statement for ARC?
Get that queen in there to help
Beautiful. Oh, she outside. See, she outside. She outside. But we got a new statement for ARC. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want people to be looking out for that. And again, this is not about like, oh, he just trying to, self-glorify himself. This don't got nothing to do with Marcus. This is a mission, a calling. And whether people like me or don't like me, think I'm fake, may feel like I'm a fraud, whatever they say or whatever they don't do. I've been doing this 7 years because God chose me to do it. So as soon as a man tell me to stop, I won't do it until God will.
Let me tell you, God gave you the voice to speak the truth, my brother. And the truth will set you free. Be free, my brother. Speak.
Amen. Amen.
Continue to speak. Because we need people like you. We need to see brothers like you doing what you're doing and bringing to us what you're bringing. And, I am just humbled by the fact that you were willing to share all of that with me and say to the world while we're on this platform, because we're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So we got all the platforms everywhere. And I just am humbled. I really am humbled that you were able to give us all of that in such a short period of time and make us more aware, because it's time for change. It's
Well,
time.
listen. Well, listen. I want you to. I know you got other shows and episodes booked for this month, but I definitely want you maybe in the new year to start Model Talk Survivor Series, because there's so many models that are survivors of so many things. There's so many models who don't really get to talk and share their stories, and they have to deal with this stuff intellectually and
Like,
internally. You know what I'm saying? So I think your platform would be so much a bigger blessing for the in the modeling industry.
thank you, and thank you for that wonderful idea, because that's something we've already been thinking about. You right on track where we are, baby, and we truly appreciate that. Once again, Lewis Jones is my promoter, my producer, my friend, my brother, my everything, and he's the one
Shout
that
out to
does.
Lewis.
Yes, you gotta love the Lewis. And but he's worldwide known and has been helping people for years, and he believes in what Models Talk is doing, and that's why he's there promoting it and making sure y'all got the flyers out there, and he ain't half stepping on his work.
Well, look, Lewis, I love my flyer. I love my flyer and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Again, you breaking history, Mr. Lewis, because you put autism activists on there. Again, a lot of these platforms is not hosting or interviewing autism activists. So I'm very grateful.
For being here. I love you.
I
Keep
love you.
hope
Love
alive.
you.
I love you. Model love to you, my brother. You take care. You have a great week. Okay. Love you. Bye bye. Peace, love. Throw them deuces. This is your girl, Zahara Gihana, saying yes, yes,